Oh, good morning, friends. Once again, I welcome you back to this class of video lecture. Friends, this is BA Part 3rd English Literature, and today we take up paper 2, that is prose and fiction. Friends, as we take poems and plays in paper 1, and in paper 2, we are concerned chiefly with some of the essays written by some renowned British essayists, and we have some renowned plays and some pieces of fiction. So, as in third year, we have Strife, a very famous play written by uh, John Galsworthy. This is a very big name in the realm of drama of British literature. In fact, friends, there are four particular canons with which we are directly or indirectly associated in literature, or as a student of literature, we are associated, affiliated, or concerned firstly with poems, secondly with plays, thirdly with essays, and fourthly with novels. So, play, poem, essay, and novel constitute the body of literature. So, John Galsworthy was born on 14th August 1867. He was a very famous English novelist and dramatist who was born on 14th August 1867 at Kingston Hill, Surrey. His parents were moderately wealthy and came of sound yeoman stock. His father's name was also John Galsworthy, who was a merchant and shipowner. This is important. The same name shared both by father and son. He had migrated to London in 1833 and settled there for the rest of his life. He invested his money in business and property. John, being a student, was educated at a preparatory school in Bournemouth and later on at Harlow Public School and New College, Oxford. Oxford and Cambridge are the two renowned universities of UK. From very long back, they are renowned, looking to their reputation in the arena of learning and education. At Oxford University, John studied law because his father wanted him for legal profession. He was called to the bar, that is, he qualified himself as a barrister. Yes, he studied legalese, but he never practiced law. However, his legal um, training or his legal learning gives him a natural tendency to be judiciousness, impartiality. And the knowledge of legalese enables us to remain judicious, to remain, to take decisions as far as human nature is concerned, or to weigh and consider people in terms of their goodness and badness. As a director of his father's companies, John traveled widely. Yes, travel being the most important part of life makes uh, learning possible for human life. Travel. So without travel, life is not possible, and travel always continues. We cannot escape travel. All great men of the world have traveled tremendously, and they travel for knowledge, they travel for understanding. So John also traveled widely. So John traveled widely and extensively. He made business trips to Canada, Australia, and South Seas. On on these trips, he successfully had a great knowledge of man and manners, and his wife Ada Galsworthy played the largest part in stimulating him towards the world of letters. Ada was an exceptionally beautiful and talented lady who was married to John Galsworthy's cousin, uh, Arthur Galsworthy. However, she was unhappy in her marriage. John fell in love with her, and this secret love affair went on for 10 years. Yes, this secret love affair went on for 10 years. Ada's marriage was dissolved in 1904, and John and Ada were married in 1905 after the death of John's father. Both of them remained devoted to each other and the whole of their lives. Ada proved a muse for Galsworthy, who encouraged him in his literary career. Yes, as behind every successful man, there is some woman. So, behind the life and achievement of John, it was Ada. Both of them were lovers of music, and Ada was a pianist. This is very important that both had literary pursuits. Galsworthy's father owned many slums of London. He used to collect rent from the poor slum dwellers on behalf of his father. There he came in close contact with the misery and poverty of the poor. Yes, John's father had some of the houses in which poor people used to dwell. So John used to collect the rent, and during this entire process, John Galsworthy came to know about the misery of the poor, and this realization or this consciousness also gets reflected in his literature. The hypocrisy of the aristocratic classes become intolerable to him as a man of letter, as a man of literature. So I come to uh, the literary career of John Galsworthy. After severe training in novel writing under a feigned name, under a pseudonym, yes, John St. John, you have to keep this name in your mind that John has a pseudonym, a feigned name. It was his pen name. You can also call it as a pen name. In fact, there are several writers in British literature who used to write uh, with their pen name. Particularly, this is there in the writing of essays. So you make a list of such authors who had pen names, right? Questions occur in NET examinations, and they may also occur in university examinations. So, firstly, he publishes 4 or 5 novels at the outset. Then he published under his own name. As pen name, he published 5 novels, but as his real name, he published The Island Pharisees in 1904, and then comes The Man of Property. It was began in series and it continued till 906 to 930. And what does it depict? It depicts the middle class of a passing age grouped under the collective titles of the four-style saga and a modern comedy. He wrote 19 novels, and the number of novels written by John Galsworthy is 19 novels. And other novels are like The Country Houses and the series of with Danny Cheryl for heroine. So the main honors which was conferred or which was there for John Galsworthy was chiefly he was awarded Nobel Prize for Literature in 1932 for his distinguished art of narration, which takes its height in the Four Style Saga and his plays written in a naturalistic style. In 1932, he was awarded a Nobel Prize. He directed that his prize money should be devoted to a trust fund for the sole benefit of PEN Club, comprising of poets, playwrights, editors, essayists, and novelists. So, Galsworthy's novels and dramas um, underscore his position as one of the foremost literary figures in England. He was honored on the continent as well as in America. He was honored everywhere, looking to his contribution to literature. He received honorary degrees from many universities, like the degree of doctorate, like the degree of DLit and PhD. Uh, However, titles and honors hadn't much attraction for him. He never had any obsession for these honors, for the acclaim, and for recognition. Galsworthy, as a man, was deeply, uh, you know, he was deeply inclined towards music and painting. He thirsted for beauty, yes, like Keats. He was a lover of beauty. He sought beauty everywhere. A thing of beauty is a joy forever, John Keats says. And it is not the beauty of the flesh, rather, it is the beauty of the mind which is permanent. This is Keats's conception of beauty. And what is this beauty? Is beauty is finally the truth. Beauty and truth are the same in one of the sonnets. Beauty is truth and truth beauty. So, beauty is not the beauty of the body, rather, it is the beauty of the mind and soul. And only the beauty of mind and soul can persist for always. It is everlasting. It is not short lived. It is not transient. It is intransient, universal. It goes beyond time and space. That's why Keats is in all his sonnets, poems, looks for beauty. And he derives or he borrows that concept from Greek mythology. So Galsworthy was deeply inclined towards music and painting. He thirsted for beauty and had a keen eye for it. He inherits love of nature from his parents. Yes, parents had a lasting impression on his personality. The working creed that governed Galsworthy's what was the working creed that governed Galsworthy's life is best summed up in the following lines by Adam Lindsay Gordon. I caught. Life is mostly froth and bubble, forth and bubble. Two things stand like stone, kindness in another's trouble, courage in your own. This is the real life of John Galsworthy. So we have the Strife in our course. So we shall come to the play, its chief content, storyline, main characters, improbabilities that take place in the play, and the theme of the complication, since without complication no play goes complete. So what is that line of complication? Because Strife, the title in itself is suggestive of its theme. So we do the play in the next class. Thank you, friends.